Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach, and it is Real Talk Thursday. And Burr Rabbit, it is cold out there this morning. Hey, let me backtrack. We've talked the last several days about investing, and we invest in things that are important, and then we question why someone invests in us, because when we see ourselves in the mirror, we see ordinary and or uneducated. But we compare ourselves to others, but in reality, the only opinion that matters is the man upstairs. And we have got to start seeing ourselves in the way that God does. Because we think impossible, but God says all things are possible with Him. And so we've got to learn to see things differently, because we get very tunnel vision and we miss out on what God has for us. But here's where I'm going with this today. It's funny. I've been reading about this in the paper all week. And it really prompted, again, more discussion about how we see things. And it came from a football game Sunday. The Cowboys played the Lions on Sunday, and there was a very controversial call. One official called a defensive interference penalty. And then there was another penalty called, and he saw it this way, and the other official saw it this way. Everybody was complaining, saying guilty, not guilty, and all of a sudden the flag was picked up. And so after the game, obviously, that question was asked. And the professional response was, I don't agree with that, but I have a job I have to do, and all I can do is worry about me. There you go. Well, it's funny how that has continued to roll over this week. And man, I've seen it all over social media. Everyone's opinion of how they see things. And a lot of people have actually got really upset about it, and there's people kind of arguing back and forth. And here's what it reminded me of how people are so opinionated and how we get caught up in so many people's opinions that we lose sight. Again, we're not responsible for our reputation, but only our character. You see, there comes a time that you learn to focus on the things that really, really matter. And we lose sight that the only one that really matters is God. And let me tell you why. I have people all the time asking me my opinion on people's lifestyles. You know, what do you think about this? You know, what do you think about this? Do you think they're going to go to heaven? Do you think they're going to go to hell? And let's put it like this. I take them to the rule book. I show them what the rule book says. And that rule book I'm talking about is the Bible. You know, we get so caught up in judging others and watching others and having opinion about others that if we're not careful, we stumble ourselves. See, the Bible is clear about that. But here's the point of the message today. You need to only be concerned with the opinion that matters the most, and that is the ultimate judge, and that is the man upstairs. Understand, everyone has an opinion. Just like what happened Sunday. To this day, everyone's got an opinion. It'll be continually talked about leading up to the game and to the game, that sometimes we get so caught up in that we lose sight of what really matters, and that is the game that's played on the field. It is the scoreboard at the end of the game. That's my point. What matters is the end of the game. We're talking about your life. When you stand before the ultimate judge, it says in the book of James 4, verse 12, there's only one lawgiver and one judge. The one who is able to save and destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor? When I got right down to it, when I hit rock bottom in 2008, I realized that I was a mess. I realized almost 7 years later, I have so much work to do. I don't need to be looking at anybody casting or throwing a penalty flag on them. I need to worry about me. I got to worry about my game. What I do every day when I get up and how I handle my business. Because see, that's what a professional does. A real professional worries about them and not everybody else. A real professional worries about them doing their job. And so maybe you don't understand it in those terms of football, but I'm telling you in terms of walking it out daily. He without sin cast the first stone. And there's not one of us that can do that. But before you get caught up in everyone's opinion about you, you need to realize The main man has the biggest telemonitor upstairs, and he don't miss a call at all. Hey, this is Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's been Real Talk Thursday. Stay warm. It's going to be cold in Green Bay this weekend, that's for sure.